Hi, I'm Shlok Jain. I work as a senior software engineer here at GeekyAnts. If you're just starting out as a developer, I have some handy little tips and tricks for you that will help ease your workflow and make it much more faster, right? You may or may not know it already. It's about terminal aliases. So what are these terminal aliases? Well, we have these frequently used commands, right? For example, your git commands like git _ development. What if we just write as gpod instead, right? So aliases are your personalized shorthand for your terminal, right? So these can be used to transform a long, lengthy, frequently used commands into simple, easy type aliases, right? So how do we set up these aliases, you may ask? Well, we set up these aliases in the shell's profile file, right? So we have our bash rc file and zsh rc file for respective shells, right? So let's look into some of the aliases that I have written over here. So in my bash profile, I have a few aliases over here. So the syntax for an alias is the keyword alias followed by the alias name that you want to give and the command that you want to write, right? For example, so git _ development will become gpod, yyd can be yarn and yarn dev. And suppose if there's a particular folder I want to go to, right? Suppose if I just try dbai, I'll go to this particular directory instantly. So this is also quite handy. So that's pretty basic and pretty simple, right? So I have a bonus tip for you. So there are certain cases when we have, for say, a build running in our system, right? And since the build is taking some time, I tend to focus my time on some other task because I don't want to keep waiting for this, right? So what happens is we tend to get so involved in the second task that we forget that this task has already been completed. So what I like to do is I like to keep a ting sound at the end of the completion of the build so that I'm reminded that, oh, the build is completed, right? So what I've done is basically I have downloaded a wave file which has this ting sound, and I place it at the end of this alias. So for example, let's look in here. I have dbai, and say suppose after finishing this command I want the ting sound to play. So I'll write f play, which is up here, and then I'll play the ting sound, right? This is the path for the sound. So let's check it out. So if I go to my terminal and if I just write dbai, so next time you have a build and when the build completes, it'll just remind you that the build is completed and you can take your work forward. So these are some simple tips and tricks. I hope you found them useful. Thank you for your patience. Bye-bye.